कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Let us recite our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसी मकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतः स्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो. नेहयत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवन्नपि मृतो हि सः. प्रसङ्गमजरं पाशम् आत्मनः कवयो विदु स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारम् अपावृतम्. तितिक्षव कारुणिका सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम् अजातशत्रवः शान्ताः साधवः साधुभूषणाः. सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा. तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति. हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम्. सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य. मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्बसम्बुधौ. लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य युदार्तम् अहेतुक्यव्यवहिता या भक्ति पुरुषोत्तमे. सालोक्यसारष्टिसामीप्य सारूप्यैकत्वमप्युत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विना मत्सेवनं जनाः. यन्नामधेय श्रवणानुकीर्तनाद्यत् प्रवरणाद्यत् स्मरणादपि क्वचेत् स्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात्. अहो बतश्व पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यं. ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुवु सस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us continue our study of Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, entitled The Glories of Devotional Service. Text 1. Shri Shaunaka Uvacha Kapilastattva Sankhyata Bhagavanatma Jatah Swayam Aja Sakshādatma Pratnyaptaye Nirnam. Translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Srila Bhaya Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Shri Shaunak Rishi said to Shri Suta Goswami, Shri Shaunak Rishi said, although he is unborn, the Supreme Personality of Godhead took birth as Shri Kapila Muni by his internal potency, Atma Mayaya, Bhagavan Atma Mayaya. He descended to disseminate transcendental knowledge for the benefit of the whole human race. Ajaha, he is Ajaha. Look at the third line. He is Ajaha, but still Sakshat Jataha Swayam. He himself took birth because he wants to benefit people of the whole world. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, the word Atma Pradnyaptaye indicates that the Lord descends for the benefit of the human race to give transcendental knowledge. Atma Pradnyaptaye means to give transcendental knowledge. Krishna appears to give transcendental knowledge. Srila Prabhupada writes in the second paragraph, the Vedas are meant to elevate one from the mode of ignorance to the platform of goodness. When one is situated on the platform of goodness, he is able to understand knowledge of the self. He is able to understand transcendental knowledge. So, for us to understand transcendental knowledge, we have to be on the sattvic platform of goodness. From the modes of passion and ignorance, we cannot understand Krishna, science of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada in the purport further down in the second paragraph also says that Shaunak Muni is stating here that Kapila Dev, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, took birth and appeared simply to appreciate and disseminate transcendental knowledge. Simply to understand that I am not matter but spirit soul, Aham Brahmasmi, I am by nature Brahman, is not sufficient knowledge. Let us understand this carefully. Srila Prabhupada is saying just knowing that I am not this material body, I am a spirit soul, Aham Brahmasmi, is not sufficient. One must be situated in the activities of Brahman knowledge, which means we should not just understand that I am spirit, but we should be engaged in spiritual activities. Who am I in the spiritual world? What is my service? That we should understand. Text 2. Sri Shaunak Rishi is telling Suta Goswami, Naya asya varsha manah pumsam varimnah sarvayoginam vishrutau shrutadevasya bhuri tripyanti me savah. Sri Shaunak Rishi continued, speaking to Srila Suta Goswami, there is no one who knows more than the Lord Himself. He is the greatest. Varshmana Pumsam Varimna, He is the foremost of all people. And no one can have more knowledge than Krishna. Further, Sri Shaunak Rishi says, no one is more worshipable and more mature, a yogi, than the Supreme Lord. He is therefore the master of the Vedas. Shruta Devasya. Shruta means the Vedas. Shruta Devasya means Krishna is the master of the Vedas. And to hear about him always is the actual pleasure of the senses. Bhuri tripyanti me asavaha. Asavaha means senses. And tripyanti means to give pleasure, to satisfy. And repeatedly hearing about Krishna gives actual pleasure to the senses. What a beautiful realization Sri Shaunak Rishi has. He's saying that Krishna came and took birth as Kapiladev Muni, even though he's unborn, not for his sake, but Krishna came as Kapiladev Muni for our sake, to give us spiritual knowledge. And Sri Shaunak Rishi says that no one can be more knowledgeable than Krishna because Lord Krishna is a supreme person and he is the master of the Vedas, Shrutadevasya. And Varimnaha Sarva Yoginam, he is the greatest of all yogis. He is Yogishwar. He is the greatest yogi. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated no one can be equal to or greater than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is confirmed in the Vedas also. Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman. He is a supreme being and is supplying the necessities to all other living entities. Srila Prabhupada says this is the difference between Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva. The same concept is confirmed here. Naya Asya Varshmanaha Pumsam. Amongst the Pumsam, amongst the living entities, no one can surpass the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one is richer than him. No one is more famous than him. No one is stronger than Krishna. No one is more beautiful than Krishna. No one can be more knowledgeable, wiser than Krishna. And no one is more renounced than Krishna. Even though Krishna owns everything, Krishna is not attached. That is Krishna's glory. Prabhupada says yogis can perform wonderful feats because of their yogic powers. But Srila Prabhupada says, but no one can compare to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada says, anyone who is associated with the Supreme Lord Krishna is accepted as the first class yogi. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana. Best yogi is one who always thinks of Krishna. Always thinking of Krishna, never forgetting Krishna is most important. Smartavya satatam Vishnu vismartavya na jatuche. Should never forget Krishna. Ananya cheta satatam. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, satatam kirtayanto mam. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Ye jana paryopasate. Repeatedly Krishna says we have to always be Krishna conscious. Srila Prabhupada says that the nature of transcendental message is that swadu swadu pade pade. Very beautiful. Srila Prabhupada says the more one reads Bhagavad Gita, the more one gets the appetite to read and understand it. And each time he gets new enlightenment. Hari Bol. That is the nature of transcendental message. Similarly, just like Bhagavad Gita, similarly, we find that transcendental happiness in Srimad Bhagavatam. The more we hear, the more we chant the glories of Lord Krishna, the more we become happy. Hari Bol. Text 3. Yad yad vidhatte bhagavan swachandatmatmamayaya tani me shraddadhanasya kirtanyan anukirtaya. Shri Shaunak Rishi is requesting Shri Suta Goswami, therefore, please precisely describe all the activities and pastimes of the personality of Godhead, Shri Kapiladev, who is full of self desire and who assumes all these activities by his internal potency. Full of self desire means he is completely Swarat. He is not controlled by anyone. He does what he wants. Transcendental supreme autocrat. And he does not come here because of some law of karma, but he comes here by internal potency. Swachandatmatma mayaya. Atma mayaya. He comes by his own internal potency. Purport. The word anukirtaya is very significant. Shri Shaunak Rishi is requesting Shri Suta Goswami that kirtanyan anukirtaya. Anukirtaya is very significant. Anukirtaya means to follow the description. What one has heard, to follow and repeat the words of the previous acharyas is called Anukirtan. Not to manufacture, Prabhupada says, not to create a concocted mental description, but to follow. Anu means to follow. Sri Shaunak Rishi requested Sri Suta Goswami to describe what he had actually heard from his spiritual master, Sri Shukdev Goswami, about transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna that are manifested by internal potency. So beautiful. Now, Sri Suta Goswami will start speaking. Text 4. Sri Suta Uvacha Dvaipayana Sakhas Evam Maitreyo Bhagavanstatha Prahedam Viduram Prita Anvikshikyam Prachoditaha. Sri Suta Goswami said, the most powerful sage, Sri Maitreya Muni, was Dvaipayana Sakha. He was a friend of Sri Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasadeva. Maitreya Muni was a friend of Vyasadeva. Being encouraged and pleased by Vidur's inquiry about transcendental knowledge, Maitreya Muni spoke as follows. Sri Shaunak Rishi, along with thousands of other rishis who are listening to the narration of Srimad Bhagavatam from Sri Suta Goswami, is asking Sri Suta Goswami, Sri Shaunak Rishi is asking Sri Suta Goswami, please, 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 you just described the birth of Kapiladev Muni and that he will give transcendental knowledge to his mother Devahuti. We want to hear in detail. Please describe in detail. We want to know everything about the pastimes of Lord Kapildev. One's senses are satisfied only by hearing about Krishna. We want to hear about Krishna repeatedly. Hearing this inquiry, Sri Suta Goswami became very pleased and he speaks this verse. That Maitreya Muni was a friend of Srila Vyasadeva and Vidur was inquiring from Maitreya Muni. And being encouraged and pleased by Mahatma Vidur's inquiries about transcendental knowledge, Maitreya Muni spoke as follows. So here, it's a conversation within conversation. Mahatma Vidur is asking Maitreya Muni, and Maitreya Muni is giving answer. And this conversation between Mahatma Vidur and Sri Maitreya Muni is being narrated by Sri Suta Goswami to Shaunak Adi Rishis. And in both the instances, the listener, the Shrota, is very eager. Here, Mahatma Vidur is very eager. He's asking nice questions to Sri Maitreya Muni. And over there, Sri Shaunak Adi Rishis, they are very eager to hear from Sri Suta Goswami. So this is the qualification. This is the qualification. Yesterday in the presentations we saw. The qualification is that the listener should be eager and sincere, and the speaker should be also pure and repeating the message as heard in parampara. Very beautiful. Srila Prabhupada writes a purport. Questions and answers are very satisfactorily dealt with when the inquirer is bona fide and the speaker is also authorized. Here, Sri Maitreya Muni is considered a powerful sage and therefore he is also described as Bhagwan. So Sri Maitreya Muni is described as Bhagwan here. This word can be used only for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but for anyone. So this word Bhagavan can be used not only for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but for anyone who is almost as powerful as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Maitreya Muni is addressed as Bhagavan because he was spiritually far advanced. He was a personal friend of Sri Dvaipayan Vyasadeva, who is incarnation of Krishna. So he is Krishna's friend, Maitreya Muni. And Maitreya Muni was very pleased by the inquiries of Mahatma Vidur. And therefore he was encouraged to answer. Text 5. Maitreya Uvacha Pitari Prasthite Ranyam Matu Priya Chikirshaya Tasmin Bindu Sare Vasid Bhagavan Kapila Kila. Sri Maitreya Muni is telling Mahatma Vidur that when Kardama Muni left for the forest, Pitari Prasthite Aranyam. Father went to Aranya. Aranya means forest. And Matu Priya Chikirshaya. To please his mother, who was asking such nice questions, Lord Kapiladev stayed on the bank of Bindu Sarovar to please his mother Devahuti. Because Mother Devahuti, in the previous chapter, we saw how Mother Devahuti very humbly requested her son that, hey Bhagwan Kapiladev, please Drive away my avidya, drive away my ignorance. Please speak to me, transcendental knowledge. So, to please his mother, Lord Kapiladev, who is Bhagwan, he sat on the banks of Bindu Sarovar and began to speak to his mother Devahuti. Srila Prabhupada writes a very beautiful, important purport to verse number 5. Srila Prabhupada writes, in the absence of the father, it is a duty of the grown-up son to take charge of his mother and serve her to the best of his ability, so that she will not feel separation from her husband. And it is a duty of the husband to leave home as soon as there is a grown-up son to take charge of his wife and family affairs. That is the Vedic system of household life. Very difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. A father always wants to wait and see how the son does. पापा कहते हैं बड़ा नाम करेगा. But here we are taught that before the son does anything, as soon as the son is able to take care of mother and family, the husband should leave. Shri Kardamuni is teaching us. Such detachment, such vairagya. That is the Vedic system. Srila Prabhupada further writes, one should not remain continually implicated in household affairs up to the time of death. One must leave. Family affairs and the wife may be taken charge of by a grown son. It reminds me of Srila Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj. When his eldest, he had 6 children. When the eldest child or son, he turned 19, Maharaj left home, took sannyas. Hare Krishna. Text 6. Tam asinam akarmanam tattva darshanam swasutam devahutyaha dhatu samsmarati vacha. When Sri Kapiladev, who could show her the ultimate goal of the absolute truth, was sitting leisurely before her, Mother Devahuti remembered the words of Lord Brahma that Lord Brahma had spoken to her, and she therefore began to question Sri Kapiladev as follows. Lord Brahma had said that you will receive transcendental knowledge from your son. Now it was her opportunity. As soon as there was some time, Mother Devahuti began asking. Text 7. Devahuti nirvinnani taram bhuman asad indriyatarshana yena sambhavyamanena prapannandham tama prabho. Very beautiful. Opening verse, Shri Devahuti Devi is telling her son, Bhagwan Kapiladev Muni, that I am very sick of the disturbance caused by my material senses. Nirvinna, I am disgusted. I am done. With what? Asat Indriya Tarshanat. I am tired, sick and tired, disgusted of the disturbance created by my senses. The 5 Jnanendriya and the mind. Manah Shashtani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. I am tired of this agitation caused by my senses. Vishaya Chadiya Kabe Shuddha Habe Mana Kabe Hama He Rabo Shri Vrindavana. How beautiful that Mother Devahuti is telling her son, my dear child, I am sick and tired of the disturbance created by my material senses. And because of these uncontrolled senses, oh my Lord, I have fallen into the abyss of ignorance. Prapanna means I have fallen down. Andham tamaha, I have fallen in the dark regions of ignorance, Prabhu. Even though Shri Kapiladev is her son, she's calling him as Prabhu. Prabhu. My Lord, I have fallen in the abyss of ignorance. Please save me. Please save me. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes here the word asad indriya tarshanat is significant. Asat means temporary, non-permanent. Indriya means senses. Thus, asat indriya tarshanat means from being agitated by the temporarily manifest senses of the material body. These senses are not our eternal friends, but how much we struggle to satisfy them. Hare Krishna. That is the nature of asad indriya tarshanat. We try to please the senses at any cost. Srila Prabhupada says, we also have permanent senses, spiritual body. The permanent senses being contaminated by matter are not acting properly. Mirror is not working properly. Mirror is not showing the reflection properly. Why? It is covered with dirt and mud. Cheto darpana marjanam has to happen. When the contamination is completely removed and the senses act in the purity of unalloyed Krishna consciousness, sarvapadi vinirmuktam tatparatva nirmalam, rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. We have reached sad indriya or eternal sensory activity. When our senses are constantly engaged in serving Krishna, senses are not engaged in satisfying themselves, then we are on the platform of sad indriya. Otherwise, it is asad indriya. Devavati expressed that she was tired. I'm sick and tired. Nirvinna. Now that her husband had left home, she wanted to get relief by hearing the instructions of Lord Kapildev. Srila Prabhupada says something very important in the previous sentence. Please listen carefully. Unless one becomes tired of material sense gratification, there is no opportunity to hear transcendental messages from a person like Lord Kapildev. We cannot hear from a bona fide spiritual master until and unless we are tired of material sense gratification. How many of us are tired of material sense gratification? कि नहीं चाहिए अभी, नहीं चाहिए. कितना भी बड़ा प्रलोभन, इंद्रिय तृप्ति के लिए इंद्रिय को कितना भी सुंदर विषय नहीं चाहिए. त्यक्त्वा तूर्णमशेष मंडलपति श्रेणीम सदा तुच्छवत्. When we hear Hari Katha, when we chant Hare Krishna, we should feel attraction for Krishna. We should feel attraction for the devotees. We should feel attraction for Sadhu Sangha. We should feel attraction for Radha Krishna Seva. And we should feel disgust, distaste for material sense gratification. But if we feel that there is still enjoyment in illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, meat eating, becoming rich and famous, being respected as a very learned person, dhanam janam sundarim kavitavya, then we are not advanced on the path of Krishna consciousness. Rather, we are neophytes. Hare Krishna. We are neophyte because we are still fighting with Asad Indriya. But when we really don't feel attraction for Indriya Vishay, for objects of sense gratification, we don't feel attraction. They're there. Don't feel attraction. नहीं चाहिए. लेके जाओ. नहीं चाहिए. Like Srila Haridas Thakur and the prostitute Lakshahira who came. That is the state that we pray for. That I don't want to be attracted to anything of this material world. त्रिणीकृत्य जगत सर्वम राजते सकलोपरि चिदानंदमयम शुद्धम हरेर नाम एव केवलम. Everything in this world is tuchha, like trinavat. That is our prayer, that we become tired of material sense gratification. Recently, I was talking to one devotee, and she said that Prabhuji, I am done. I felt so happy when I heard those words. Prabhuji, I am done. Now I just want to serve my Thakurji. I was very happy. That is a sign that bhakti sadhan rang la rahi hai. It's a sign that the process of Krishna consciousness is working, where we feel, I don't want to buy new clothes. I don't want to buy newer and newer things. जो है उसे में काम चला लेंगे. I want Krishna. I want Radha Rani. मह्यम आत्मपाद पद्म दास्य दास्तु Shri Radhika. So we have to, Srila Prabhupada is saying that unless and until we are tired of sense gratification, we cannot really hear the transcendental message. We can hear it. It will not penetrate the heart. But when we are disgusted, nahi chahiye mere ko abhi. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Kavitam va jagadisha kamay mama janmani janmanishwara bhavatad bhaktira hetu kitoi. That's why I say always that at least once a month we should hear Shri Anand Vrindavan Prabhu's class. His classes really convince you that this material world is not a place for gentlemen. And that was the message of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada also. This material world is just not a place for gentlemen and ladies. It is Dukkhalaya Shashvatam. It's a place of cheaters and cheated. It's a place of quarrel and hypocrisy. Why would a gentleman want to stay in such a place? Saralta hi Vaishnavata. Latest class I heard in Jaipur, His Grace Anand Vrindavan Prabhu said, 10 reasons why we should go back to Godhead. भौतिक जीवन के 10 वास्तविकताएं, how this material world is. So we should hear that, because unless we have disgust with material sense gratification, we will not be able to completely jump and hold on to the lotus feet of Krishna or Nam Prabhu. We will not be able to. Because either there is belief that there is ras in the material world, there is enjoyment. Idhar bhi maja hai. There is enjoyment here. As long as we feel that there is enjoyment in this world, that means we have not held on to the lotus feet of Shri Harinam Prabhu or lotus feet of Shri Radha Krishna properly. Our one hand is here and one hand is feeling for the spiritual world, but we are still focused here. So that is an important thing Srila Prabhupada says. Unless one becomes tired of material sense gratification, there is no opportunity to hear transcendental messages from a person like Lord Kapila Deva. Text 8. Tasya tvam tamasondhasya dushparasyadyparagam satchakshur janmanamante labdham me tvad anugrahat. Mother Devahuti is telling her son, Bhagwan Kapildev, your lordship is my only means of getting out of this darkest region of ignorance, because you are my transcendental eye. Hari Bol. Sat Chakshur. Asat Indriya. Sat Chakshur. O Kapildev, you are my transcendental eye. Gurudev is the transcendental eye. Otherwise, we are agyan timirandhasya. We are blind by agyan, ignorance of the spirit. But chakshur unmulitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurudev opens. Gurudev is the Sat Chakshur. which by your mercy only I have attained after many, many births. Labdham me tvad anugrahat. Janmanamante, after many births, labdham, I have obtained such chakshur, transcendental eye, to see spiritual world. Tvad anugrahat, by your mercy I have got. So beautiful. Mother Devotee is speaking such nectarian verses. तस्य त्वं तमसन्धस्य दुष्पारस्याद्यपारगम् दुष्पारस्य, it is difficult to cross. दैवीयेषु गुणमयि मम माया दुरत्यया, but adya paragam, but now I can cross over. Why? Because satchaksh, because you have given me transcendental eyes by your mercy, and this I have received after many, many births. We should all have this realization that this material world bhavasagar is impossible to cross. But we are very fortunate in this life that we have received the mercy of the Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, our Guru Maharaj. And by their mercy, by their transcendental knowledge, they have opened our eyes. And now we have hope of going to Guru Vrindavan. Tod Anugraha, that we should never forget. It is because of mercy of Shri Guru. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, this verse is very instructive since it indicates the relationship between the spiritual master and the disciple. Hari Bol. The disciple or the conditioned soul is put into this darkest region of ignorance and therefore is entangled in the material existence of sense gratification. It is very difficult to get out of this entanglement and attain freedom. Very difficult. But if one is fortunate enough to get the association of a spiritual master like Sri Kapil Muni or his representative, then by his grace, one can be delivered from the mire of ignorance. ब्रह्मांड भ्रमिते कौन भाग्यवान जीव गुरु कृष्ण प्रसाद पाए भक्ति लता बीज. So beautiful. This is बहुनाम जन्मनामन्ते ध्यानवान माम प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वमिति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभ. Text 9. य आद्यो भगवान् पुंसाम् ईश्वरो वै भवान् किल लोकस्य तमसान्धस्य चक्षु सूर्य इवोदितः. Mother Devahuti is speaking. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the origin and Supreme Lord of all living entities. You have arisen to disseminate the rays of the sun. Chakshu Surya Ivodita. You have arisen to disseminate the rays of the sun in order to dissipate the darkness of the ignorance of the universe. Lokasya tamasandasya. You want to destroy the darkness of ignorance in this world. So beautiful. And now you have appeared to deliver everyone with transcendental knowledge. Jai Ho. Pumsam Ishvara. You are the Lord of all living entities. So beautiful. Purport. Srila Prabhupada says Kapila Muni is accepted as an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Here the word Adya means origin of all living entities, and Pumsam Ishvara means the Lord of all the people. Tumi Sarveshwareshwar Brajendra Kumar. Kapil Muni is a direct expansion of Lord Krishna, who is a son of spiritual knowledge. Krishna, Surya Sama. Maya hai andhakar, jahan Krishna tahan nahi maya adhikar. Prabhupada says, we have eyes, but without light, eyes are useless. In a dark room, we have 20/20 vision eyes, cannot see anything. That light is given by Guru and Krishna. Similarly, without the light of the Supreme Lord, or without the divine grace of the spiritual master, one cannot see things as they are. Prabhupada wrote a book, The Light of Bhagavatam. Text 10. Ata me deva sammoham apakrashtum tvamarhasi yovagrahoham mamet etasmin yogitastvaya. Now be pleased, my Lord, to dispel my great delusion. Ata me deva sammoham. Sammoham. Apakrashtum. Sammoham apakrashtum. Please dispel my sammoham, my delusion. Please. Avagraha, my misconception that aham mameti. I am this material body. Things belonging to this material body are mine. This house is mine. This sari is mine. This person is mine. That person is not mine. This mentality. Janasya mohayam aham mameti. Please destroy this mentality. Please. Now be pleased, my Lord, to dispel my great delusion. Due to my feeling of false ego, ahankar, I have been engaged by your Maya. Mama Maya Duratya. Krishna is my Maya. So Mother Devotee is saying, your Maya has bewildered me. I have been engaged by your Maya and have identified myself with the body and the consequent bodily relations. I have identified. Aham ta means I am this material body. Mamata means things, people connected to this body are mine. Purport. The false ego of identifying one's body as oneself and of claiming things possessed in relationship with the body is called Maya. Samsar, Maya. Devahuti, Devahuti has stated that false identification of the body with the self and attachment for possessions in relation to body are also under the direction of the Supreme Lord, because ultimately this Maya is also belonging to Krishna. Does this mean that Lord Krishna discriminates by engaging one in his devotional service and another in sense gratification? No, Prabhupada says. If that were true, it would be an incongruity on the part of the Supreme Lord. Like once the word capricious was used. I don't know how many of you remember. The word capricious was used. How can Krishna be capricious like this? That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. That would be um, great incongruity on part of Krishna, great injustice on part of Krishna. That some people he's giving bhakti, some people he's giving sense gratification. No, but Krishna is not like that. It's not like that. As soon as the living entity forgets his real constitutional position of eternal servitorship to the Lord and wants instead to enjoy himself by sense gratification, he is captured by Maya. Prabhupada is clearly saying Krishna is not responsible for the jiva being entrapped in this material world. It is the fault of the jiva. We are to be blamed. Krishna bhuliya sei jiv anadi bahirmukh ataiva maya tare deha samsar dukh. Krishna is not responsible. We have turned away from Krishna. कृष्ण बहिर्मुख जीव भोग वांछा करे निकटस्थ माया तारे झापटिया धरे. Maya grabs us and takes us away like a tiger will take away a small deer because Krishna bahirmukh जीव भोग वांछा करे. We leave Krishna's shelter and we come here to enjoy. Bhog vancha, desire for sense gratification. And therefore we are caught and trapped and taken hostage by Maya. Srila Prabhupada says, Devahuti therefore said, my engagement in sense gratification was also due to you. Now kindly get me free from this entanglement. Srila Prabhupada also writes this in his Jalduta diary, that ultimately by Krishna's sanction, everybody is a Maya vash. And by Krishna's sanction, if Krishna so desires, then the Maya can be removed also for the jivas. So yes, there is the activity of Maya to keep us entrapped, but we chose to go to Maya, leaving Krishna. That is our responsibility. Therefore, we should give up enjoyment in this material world and take to spiritual enjoyment. Turn to Krishna. Text 11. Tam tva gataham sharanam sharanyam स्वभृत्य संसारतरो कुठारम् जिज्ञासयाहं प्रकृते पुरुषस्य नमामि सद्धर्मविदां वरिष्ठम्. Mother Devotee is saying, I have taken shelter of your lotus feet, O Bhagwan Shri Kapiladev Maharaj, because you are the only person of whom to take shelter. Sharanyam. Tam tva gata aham sharanam. I have taken shelter of you. Sharanyam, because you are worthy of taking shelter. You are the axe which can cut the tree of material existence. Urdhumulam adhashakha. The tree of material existence can be cut by the axe of Guru and Krishna given transcendental knowledge. I therefore offer my obeisances unto you, who are the greatest of all transcendentalists, and I inquire from you as to the relationship between man and woman and between spirit and matter. What is the relationship between man and woman? What is the relationship between matter and spirit? I want to know. Srila Prabhupada explains Sankhya philosophy, as is well known, deals with Prakriti and Purush. Purush is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And anyone who imitates the Supreme Lord as an enjoyer, that is Purush. Either there is real Purush, that is Krishna, or Purush could also refer to someone who is imitating to be the enjoyer, pretending to be the enjoyer. Like we say, ये पुरुषों के लिए है, ये स्त्रियों के लिए है. We think I am Purush. But Prabhupada says Krishna is the only Purush. But we falsely think that I am Purush. Real Purush is Krishna. Then the second category is Prakriti, which means nature. In this material world, material nature is exploited by the Purush or the living entity, so-called Purush. The intricacies in the material world of relationship of Prakriti and Purush, or the enjoyed Prakriti and the enjoyer Purush, is called samsar or material entanglement. Hari bol. Purush is enjoyer. Krishna is the Purush, Purushottam. Yovam evam asamudo janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bharitevam sarvabhavena bharata. Krishna is Purushottam. But when we think that I am a Purush also and I can enjoy this material nature, we are trapped in samsar. Srila Prabhupada says that Devahuti wanted to cut the tree of material entanglement and she found a suitable weapon in her son Kapila Muni. The tree of material existence explained in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita as the Ashwatha tree, whose roots are upward, branches are downward. It is recommended that one should cut the root of this tree of material existence with the axe of detachment. What is attachment? The attachment involves Prakriti and Purush. Living entities are trying to lord it over the material nature. Are we not trying to enjoy the material nature? You want to go to places for vacation, see nice things. You want to enjoy different rides. You want to enjoy different things, different foodstuffs, different clothes, different people we want to enjoy. So we think we are Purush. Therefore, we are imitation false Purush. Real Purush is Krishna. But when we take on the role of a so-called Purush and we try to enjoy Prakriti in this world, that is called samsar, where we are stuck now. Text 12. Maitreya uvacha iti swamaturniravadhyamipsitam nishamya pumsamapavargavardhanam धियाभिनन्द्यात्मवतां सतां गतिर् बभाष ईषत् स्मित शोभिताननः. Ishat Smita, slight smiling. Sri Maitreya Muni is saying, after hearing his mother's uncontaminated desire for transcendental realization, Lord Kapiladev thanked her within himself for her questions. And thus, his face smiling, He explained the path of the transcendentalists who are interested in self-realization. Self-realization. It is apavarga vardhanam. It is the path of liberation, self-realization. Because Mother Devhuti was so eager and keen to hear transcendental knowledge from her son, Bhagwan Sri Kapiladev Muni was very pleased and he smiled. And he will now start speaking from verse number 13. But let's see the purport. Srila Prabhupada says, Devahuti has surrendered her confession of material entanglement and her desire to gain release. So this is very important, my dear friends. Please pay attention. We are almost done. First criteria is that one should understand that I am fallen. One should understand that I am trapped. मैं फंसा हूं इस भौतिक जगत में, संसार में. That conviction, realization must come that I am stuck in this material world. And we must confess this to the Supreme Lord. Hey Krishna, I am stuck in this material world. And then we should express a desire to get release from this entanglement. First, we have to understand that I am in jail. Then we have to apply that I want to get out of jail. Please, Krishna, help me. Srila Prabhupada says, Mother Devahuti's questions to Lord Kapiladev are very interesting for persons who are actually trying to get liberation from material entanglement and attain the perfectional stage of life. Those who are looking for entertainment, they will find Devahuti's questions not very interesting. But those who really want to become free, those who really want to become pure, those who really want to attain Radha Krishna Seva Pao, Braje Radha Krishna Seva Pao Abhilashi, they will be very interested in hearing this Shri Kapila Devahuti Samvad because it describes the path of liberation. Lord Kapila is very much satisfied by his mother's questions because the answers stimulate one's desire for liberation from the conditional life of material existence. Such questions are called apavarga vardhanam. They increase our desire for liberation. Satam prasanga nomavirya samvido. Sat means that which eternally exists. Asat means that which is not eternal, temporary. Prabhupada says, unless one is situated on the spiritual platform, he is not Sat. He is Asat. Asat platform means those things that don't exist. Does our identity as this human body really exist eternally? No. So when we are operating on this bodily concept, Asat. When we are operating on Jivera Swarupa Krishna and Tilas platform, that is Sat. Actually, the spirit soul is not Asat, Prabhupada says. As soon as one is conscious of this fact and takes to Krishna consciousness, he becomes Sat. Satam Gati, the path of the eternal, is very interesting to persons who are after liberation. And his lordship, Sri Kapiladev Muni, began to speak about that path. Now, Sri Kapiladev Muni is going to respond to the sincere inquiries of Mother Devahuti. And that is verse number 13. And Krishna willing, we will see that next week. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर हरि बोल, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम. Yes, Satyarupa Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, it is said here that when we are serving Krishna, even when we are chanting early in the morning, we always pray that please give me service, Krishna, at your lotus feet. But even when we are doing the puja or anything like Abhishekam or anything, naturally our mind will be, I have to pack lunchbox for my kids, I have to send them to school now. So much of, we are caught in that material entanglement, no, Prabhuji. So even if we are praying for service also, when we are doing the real service, we are again with so much of material entanglement. So how do we understand this, Prabhuji? How to come out of it? It is not possible, no, as a mother or as a parent.
Hare Krishna. See, Dashrath Maharaj and his wives, Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maiya, they were all engaged in taking care of their children. Prabhupada's parents also, Shri Gaur Mohan De and Srimati Rajni Devi, they were also so much involved in taking care of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada's siblings. So was Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his good wife Srimati Bhagavati Devi. They did not raise 13 children without cooking for them, bathing them, buying them clothes, feeding them, educating them. You know? They didn't have kids like Kapiladev that they are born adult. So taking care of children is part of our grahastha dharma. And because Varadraj and Yuvraj, they are devotees, they are chanting, they are doing kirtan, they are assisting you in serving Shishinitai Gaur Hari. To take care of them, cook for them, take their homework, take them for classes. All this is included in devotional service. Mother Suniti, simply by taking care of Dhruv Maharaj, who later on became a great devotee, she attained Vaikuntha. Just see. There is no mention that Suniti did some extraordinary devotional service. She might have, but her qualification was that her son became a devotee, great devotee. And that is what got her on the Vaikuntha Viman, even before Dhruv Maharaj. So therefore, we should just take care of the kids nicely, like a normal mother would. And in addition, our focus always is to give them Krishna consciousness in a way that it is fun for them and acceptable for them. Krishna consciousness should not be shoved down the throat of anyone. Then it becomes disgusting. Anything that is force fed becomes distasteful. Nahi chahiye, nahi chahiye. Why are you forcing? But Krishna consciousness is kevala ananda kanda. Susukham kartum afeyam. Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam. It should be presented like that. We should not have our own agenda that I have to make the child chant 8 rounds, 10 rounds. I have seen over the years that this number game doesn't work. Those children who are forced to chant japa, when they become college going age, they're in their late teens and 20s, they stop chanting. They may be initiated, they may be second initiated also. Parents sometimes feel great pride that my child is 16, 17, 18 years old and initiated. And that is auspicious. But one should continue to chant 16 rounds every day, follow the 4 regulative principles. Otherwise, it is a farce. Mandanam Lokaranjanam. It is an offense to Sri Guru also to disobey the orders of spiritual master at the time of initiation. The Guru Dev orders and the disciple takes a vow. Yes, I will chant 16 rounds. So these things are there. Krishna consciousness is a lifelong marathon. It's not some sprint race. That by the age of 18, I want to be initiated. 18, I had initiated. I'm the first one to be initiated. Yay, Haribol. No, it's not a sprint. It's a lifelong marathon. Prabhupada started slow. but he aced the race. Aced the race. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur started slow. How many setbacks? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was our age and he was not even initiated. He was not even wearing a Tulsi Kanthi Mala. You see, when Bisakhi Sen episode happened, he was asked, how did that black magic work on you? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, because I am not initiated and I don't have Kanthi and Tilak. Why you don't have Kanthi and Tilak? Because Kanthi Tilak is Guru Pradatta and I don't have a Guru. So better to start slow and steady and win the race. So one should bide one's time. The point I'm trying to make, Satyarpa Mataji, is that we have to bide our time. Everything has a time. A time will come when you will have all the time in the world to chant 64 rounds every day, maybe more. Do elaborate worship of Shishanitai Gaur Hari. Do nice transcription service for Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj. Do services in the temple, cook for Jagannath in the temple. Krishna will give you opportunities to your heart's content. Time will come when kids are in college. But we have to bide our time. We have to respect time. What does the time dictate now? Now it dictates that I have to take homework. I should take them for classes. I should cook for them. I should pack the bus for them. That is the demand of the time right now. We have to honor that. When Bhimsen tells Hanumanji, show me the Treta Yuga form where you jump from Mount Mahendra to Lanka. Hanumanji says, no, no, no. That was the beginning of Treta Yuga. Now it is the end of Dwapar Yuga. In few 35 years, Kali Yuga is going to start. No, no, no. End of Dwapar Yuga. I cannot show you that form. The mountains, the trees will not be able to sustain that form. Everything was different back then. You have to respect the time, my dear Bhim. This is very important. We have to understand the nature of time and our duty based on time, place, and circumstances. Srila Prabhupada was given instruction when Srila Prabhupada was 24 years old. 1921. Srila Prabhupada is born in 1896. Prabhupada was 24 years old, 24 and a half years old, when he met his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, and received the instruction, educated young man, go and preach the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the English language to the Western world. Oh, Prabhupada had a newborn child, infant child, who was less than a year old at that time. So Prabhupada teaches us that we have to bide our time. Wait, prepare, lifetime in preparation. Prepare, wait for your time, wait for your time, wait for your time. Like in a boxing game, wait for the opportune moment. And then you give the knockout punch. So we have to bide our time, bide our time. And the time will come when we will have no other engagement save and except Krishna consciousness, direct Krishna consciousness. Now we do direct Krishna consciousness, indirect Krishna consciousness. Time will come when we'll be able to do just direct Krishna consciousness with nothing else. But now we have to do our duties, grahastha duties. So making dabbas and taking them for tuition and taking them to school and classes and swimming and everything. This is all part of the devotional service now because of grahastha dharma. No problem. We should not compare ourselves to the brahmacharis or to those grahasthas whose kids have grown up and their lifestyle is different. We should respect time, place, circumstances. Kaladesh Patra. Is that okay, Mataji? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Thank you so much. So in
Hare.
that case, whenever we are doing puja, if you are not able to give 100% absorption, it is fine because mind will be turning over, revolving around there.
My Gurudev, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, once told one Mataji, that your child is your deity. Your child is your deity. Take care of a child nicely. Give them love. Over the years, Mataji, what I'm realizing when I see so many kids and kids who grew up with me also in Krishna consciousness, because I was 18 years old when I took to the process of Krishna consciousness. So all my friends who joined together, I still know their names. All of them. We used to chant together. We were 18-year-old boys. And how many of them are still in Krishna consciousness? Some left in MBBS, some left after initiation, and some are doing very well now in Krishna consciousness. And some are just there, not very active in Krishna consciousness. Bhajan is so-so. So I analyze how was each boy and what was the trajectory of their Krishna consciousness till today. I don't know what will happen in the future. I hope everybody goes up, their bhakti goes up exponentially. And then I try to see what were the traits of this devotee who is successful. What were the traits of this devotee who is unsuccessful right now, in my eyes. And this is for my own introspection. So what I'm seeing, and also so many devotee kids. Now Gopal was born, there were so many small kids. Now Gopal is 21. So I remember the day we kept him on Srila Guru Maharaj's lap and Maharaj named him Gopal. And now, so many kids I have seen 21 years, 25 years, how they have grown, and I continue to observe them. What I am realizing is that it has got a lot to do with the child's own spiritual background, Sukriti and spiritual karma. Also, the parents have a part to play. The environment they are exposed to has a part to play. But overall, I'm seeing that those children take to Krishna consciousness who love their parents. If there is a rift in the relationship between the devotee parents and the child, it is very unlikely that the child will become a serious devotee. I'm observing this year after year. But children who have a very loving relationship with their parents, open communication with their parents, who know that my parents will not judge me whether I chant Hare Krishna or I don't chant Hare Krishna. They love me regardless. Children who have had a very loving relationship with their parents, they take to Krishna consciousness very nicely. It may take some time for them. They may come into Krishna consciousness in their mid 20s, late 20s, even sometimes. But that loving bond with the parents pulls them into Krishna consciousness. Pulls them into Krishna consciousness. So, as parents, our aim should be that we give a lot of love. We have to discipline also. We have to give Krishna consciousness also. But that relationship of love with the child is paramount. It is that loving relationship that will literally drag the child into Krishna consciousness. No, I love my parents too much to not take to Krishna consciousness. I've seen children who don't chant because they have a loving relationship with their parents. Something will happen in their life. Their faith will be questioned. Hey, why are your parents vegetarian? And suddenly the child will become so serious that don't say anything to my parents. My parents, I love them. They're very nice people. Yes, they are Hare Krishna devotees. And then that child also becomes a devotee. Because there is so much love for the parents, and internally there is so much pride that my parents are devotees. The child may not express it, but there is a lot of pride in the child's heart that my parents are Krishna's devotees. And that appreciation is so much there that one day the child will become devotee. The child cannot walk on any other path. There is so much love for the parents that I want to walk on the path that my parents have walked on. This I have seen repeatedly. So we should have a nice, loving relationship with our parents, with our children. And the children, out of love, they will practice Krishna consciousness. Even though there may be so many distractions and people discouraging them, diverting them, but that love for parents will be the strong rope that will pull them out of the dark well of Kali Yuga, material existence. So yes, every minute that you invest in children, Yuvraj and Varadraj, that is an investment in their spiritual bank. The bonds of love will become stronger. And ultimately, they will have so much pride that my mother, my grandparents, they were all such nice devotees. That is the only family we belong to. The family of Krishna consciousness, ISKCON. And they will remain devotees. They will become more and more serious devotees. Because that love, that transcendental pride is there in the heritage. I don't want to be known to belong to any other heritage other than Srila Prabhupada's family, Krishna consciousness. This repeatedly I have seen. So we should invest in our children with love. It's our duty. And ultimately, everything works on relationship. Everything works on love in this world. We also love our Gurudev. We also have received loving reciprocation, shower of love from our Gurudev. And that's what keeps us bound to our Gurudev. How much my Gurudev has done for me. Same principle works with children also. If they see my parents worked hard to educate me, worked hard to give me Krishna consciousness, worked hard to give me Krishna prasad, they made so many sacrifices for me. And they see that parents are exemplary devotees. They are practicing Krishna consciousness genuinely. There is no doubt that the children will become devotees. So everything you do for your kids, it's an investment in their bhakti. And that bhakti will fructify either now or in their teenage years or in their 20s or 30s, but it will fructify for sure. It is never lost. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such clear answer. I will try to follow whatever you say. I
Hare
hope and
Krishna.
pray that I'll be able to follow every word of yours. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Yes, Shamchandra Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
I was remembering the similar instructions I had received from His Holiness Mahavishnu Maharaj in Dwarka in 1997, when as young parents, we were too eager to progress in devotional service. And then as if, we are racing against time and there's little time left. And Mahavishnu Maharaj advised me, he gave me personal instructions that you please go slow. Don't go at the expense of ignoring your children. He says, you have to invest your time in the children. As loving parents, you should make them devotees. That should be your prime duty. Don't worry whether you become a devotee or not, but make your children devotee by giving them proper attention. And even if you're missing some programs, just others are attending, but you are not able to attend, don't worry about that. You and your wife should ensure that your children become devotees, because if you invest your time in making them devotees, then your life is successful. And so he gave some very nice golden instructions to me at that time. And today, if I reflect back, I feel, he had that, because he also came from a Grasta background before he, entered into sannyas ashram. So he gave me the real right golden instructions in Dwarka, and we strictly followed that. And then, of course, we always pray for Guru's mercy. Then I think at the hindsight, if you see, it works. But I've seen in some cases parents I mean, in a quest to become or match somebody else in devotional service, they ignore their children. Like for example, mother and father both, they go for preaching seva or for some other katha and all that, and the children are left alone at home for a few hours. And I've seen in such cases that somehow there's a disconnect. The parents go on progressing, and the children are not able to understand and grasp them, and then the gap keeps on widening, and then that's a disaster. In so many homes, I've seen that also. So the advice that Mahavishnu Maharaj gave us to go, as if you have small children, as parents, your first duty is towards the children. I mean, ensure that they don't get caught in the activities that other children do. So you have to be vigilant. At the same time, give them all things that are required to make them Krishna conscious. I mean, that one thumb rule takes care of everything. Automatically, the parents also will shape up their life in such a way that this is not an optional activity, but it is the mandatory thing, and the whole life becomes disciplined. So I was really fortunate to receive that instruction from Maharaj, at that time. So whenever I see some young parents and I see some small children, I try to give a similar kind of guidance to them, that just take care of your children and focus upon them. And mother has got a more role to play because she's spending more time with children at home. Father has got some other kind of role to play, but combined, both have got wonderful opportunity to bring another soul and into, and connect them to Srila Prabhupada and show the world how this soul can, do wonderful service at your lotus feet. This is what I can, but just my recollection when Mataji, Satyavati Mataji asked this question, immediately I was able to mirror that question with my own self in 97. And so Mataji, take it easy. Your children are so wonderful, beautiful devotees. I had the opportunity of meeting them in Vrindavan, and then they're wonderful devotees. Whole family, in fact, Mother Janani also, the whole family is so wonderful devotees that you all are role models for everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Shamsundar Prabhu. Any instructions or any anecdotes from Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj about it bringing up Amarendra Prabhu and Arjun Sakha Prabhu?
Prabhu, all that I can say is that it's Maharaj's pure love, because Maharaj used to love small children,
Yes.
and so he used to remember them, both of them, because I mean, that was amazing for me. Like when he lands in Mumbai airport and I go to receive him, and first question will be, how is Arvind, how is Arjun, and how is your father? These questions by default he will always ask. So I was amazed that, like, I mean, so many things might be there in his head, and then in between, he's asking me these questions every time. And then, whenever we got an opportunity to meet him or wash his lotus feet, whether it is in room number 302 in Juhu ISKCON, that was his room, or whether we had the good fortune to invite him few times in our house, for him to do katha. So his transcendental glance, for a child, what is important is the transcendental glance of the Guru and also of all Prabhupada disciples. As many Prabhupada disciples as we, as parents, try to meet, we should ensure that the children get the glance of those nice disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Because these disciples of Srila Prabhupada are given their life, and each and every one is pure and have got their own merits, that is Prabhupada's qualities. In different ways they've been empowered. So
Yes.
when each one of them give their glance, we had the good fortune in Juhu. So that actually glance is the only treasure that we carry from every sannyasi that we met. And specifically, Srila Bhakti Swarup Damaswami Maharaj was so loving, like, whatever he would lovingly and smilingly tell, it was like a final decision in our house. Even whether internally, whether we accept or not, but Maharaja said that lovingly and smilingly, that means that is the ultimate. Like we wanted to put Amrendra for cricket coaching. So we asked Maharaj, is it the right thing that we are thinking? Is it okay? So Maharaj will never say no on the face. His style was he'll just look, think, and then he was smiling and he'll say, yeah, cricket is an interesting sport, but it is dangerous. So instead, you can put them in a Vaishnava sport like chess. So my children had no idea about what chess is. That's just because Maharaj said, we said, yeah, we should put them in chess now. And both of them joined chess coaching class. And because Maharaj said it's a Vaishnava sport. And then up to the district level, both could excel. And after that, of course, priorities in life change. And then automatically the devotion part, depending upon how much they have gathered, that will decide the next thing, whether they have to continue in chess or then they have to leave it at that stage. So Maharaj knew exactly what is going to happen. So we had full confidence and faith in what Maharaj is saying, that is final. So never there was a case that, there was a disappointment in the house that because Maharaj said against our wishes. That's it. He has said, we all accepted that as the final word. And it was like, something we were blessed, as simple as that, during those days to get personal association of Maharaj. I think very, very important for a disciple to get personal association of Maharaj. Very, very important, because personal association clearly, at least, for the next generation, the children, that's an investment. They see everything. They see the purity, because children are also pure. They can connect that purity more than the parents. And all that actually matters during the upbringing of the children. And then that purity only will shape. So every stage, a disciple should consult a Maharaj. Every stage. Even if it is silly, like it can be a silly question, but okay, no problem. Check with our Guru Maharaj. That is our goal of life. Guru Maharaj is our complete aim. So if we can do that, then I think there's a good chance that uh, life will be successful. That's all, I feel in reflection of what, we went through in our lifetime. Everything, small things we used to consult. It could be funny. Now, if I reflect back, अरे इतना silly question हमने कैसे पूछा महाराज को? लेकिन at that time, that's how the consciousness was there to ask this kind of questions. And Maharaj never ridiculed, never ridiculed. Every question was answered with patience and with depending upon our level of development of bhakti. I remember I had even asked the most silliest question in 96 that Maharaj, is it essential to remove mustache in Krishna consciousness? Because I was so attached to my mustache. And he said, why you cannot remove mustache? Is there any reason why you cannot remove mustache? I said, no, because I'm in the sales field and my customers look at me in a particular personality. And if I remove, tomorrow my personality change, and I feel that it will affect my career, business, and all that. Then he told me, yeah, if you want, you can keep it. So the moment he gives that permission, then you start reflecting, no, but he also said that it is good to remove mustache. So maybe that is a better answer than this. And maybe I'm not ready for that. That's why he gave me this answer. So no, I should remove my mustache. Similarly, he knew that I was traveling, I had a traveling job. So how should I handle my prasadam while traveling? So he said, yeah, you can take Jain meal wherever you travel. So now that is not a blanket approval for all the disciples, but he gave me that approval for Jain meal. But up to some stage in life, I took that. After that, I felt, okay, Maharaj gave me at that time that instruction, but now should I continue the same instruction for the rest of the life when I travel? No. So my wife bought a rice cooker for me, electric rice cooker, small cooker, because I was 15 days, 18, 20 days, I was outside India. So wherever I was traveling, this electric rice cooker was my companion for prasadam. I used to buy the local ingredients and all that. So ultimately, the bottom line is whatever Guru Maharaj says, that Vani is the heart and soul. They give the proper instructions in mind.
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. Chittate Koriya.
Absolutely.
Would Sundari Mataji want to say something? Add something?
She's usually very shy, Prabhu.
Okay.
She's shy, and like in a inner circle, she will speak. Then she'll not allow me to. Public forum, she is very shy and nervous.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. You put
Sorry,
our
I spoke
Prabhu and
that I
Arun
couldn't resist
Prabhu.
myself when Mataji asked this question. I couldn't resist, but I just connected myself in her position. But
No,
otherwise, I don't deserve to speak all these things, Prabhu. Sorry about it.
you are most qualified to answer this question. So thank you for your insights, and very grateful to you. Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees. So we will meet next week, and we'll continue from what Shri Kapiladev Muni replies. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur